welcome back to the channel. And if you're watching for June, you've come to the right place. There's a lot of liberation here and adult accountability. There's also some self-care that will be happening in June. As they all come together, the message is unified. It's to take care of yourself instead of others for once. There's a sort of happy kind of selfishness that happens in June. And as the liberation, the freeing of your soul happens, then I believe your July, your August, even your September will even be brighter from what you've done in June. Okay, so there's a lot of work that's going to happen in June. I'm excited for you if you're a Libra here. So we're going to begin very shortly. This is going to be an extensive June reading. There's a lot of signs, like I said. So we are going to start with the Angel Oracle. This reading came at a time where I didn't think the message was going to rip through your soul this morning. But as I started reading into the cards deeper and assessing with sort of my intuitive knowledge here, I came to a complete understanding at the very end that the way you take care of yourself in June is going to be crucial. Okay, so we have Angel just to start. You could also right now have this energy around you, Libra, where your angels are working extra hard to co-conspirate, working with you on a level where you feel that something is actually gaining movement. Okay, so we have movement here and transition. This is change and also a lot of movement on your part. This could be bodily. This could be bodily, taking care of yourself in June. This could also mean moving. A lot of you might not realize this yet, but in the next 5 years, energetically, all 12 signs are going to shift to be doing what they love to do in life. It's not anymore the 9 to 5 to drive you to be exhausted. We are going to be taking big shifts soon into you doing what you want to do with your life. And it's going to be driven by your passions, your wants, and sometimes, yes, your hobbies. So there's definitely movement in here of some kind in June. As to what that will be, the direction, obviously you only know. But this transition card is clarifying today that all of the work that you've done on the self and your spiritual soul is going to be going somewhere in June if you're not already there and if you're not already seeing results as far as you making positive changes to your life, your health, also the way you do things. Maybe you had bad habits before. So there's definitely movement in the transition and transportation card. Remember, transportation doesn't have to mean you're physically moving also. It could just mean that you're moving yourself in a different direction, something fresh, okay? I know there's a lot of energy in the past where we stayed in a cycle, or this could have been a karmic cycle. This time you're making steps to be out of a karmic cycle, which is a huge thing, Libra, because in July and August you're going to be meeting a lot of new prospects and people. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. The starting off to this first leg in this June reading, it's going to go past, current situation, and the outcome. Okay, this is your current cards for the past. We have the Page of Cups, which is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio energy. We have the middle card, which is our card, and the last card, which is also an air card, and they are swords, the Four of Swords there, and the King of Swords. Let's start with the King of Swords because I feel like this is the general consensus energy right now around you. With the King of Swords here, there's integrity. There's somebody who's highly skilled. I believe you've been in the King of Swords for the past couple of weeks, taking control of situations, telling people your boundaries, and also what you can and can't stand. That's a huge thing here today, is you're actually standing for them now, Libra. And I think with the King of Swords too, you taking a place and having a voice for your life is actually getting reaction from people, okay? And you might even have evidence of this in your daily life. The next energy, though, is the complete opposite of the King of Swords, which is the Page of Cups. This is a highly emotional person that comes in with childish behavior sometimes to gaslight you, okay? I don't know who this is in your life, but their gaslighting used to work in the past. So they've obviously classically conditioned you and trained you to believe one way. You might be finding in this last chapter of what May and June bring is that you don't anymore believe in the BS that was sold to you. So that's a huge, huge thing, is that there was belief before and now you're not buying it as the King of Swords. The Four of Swords energy here, the advice mainly is to start a new beginning, although it comes from sadness and a place where there was a lot of thought and also backtracking. The Four of Swords generally is coming from a place where you weren't doing too good, where you were sad, but you have time now to start a new beginning. That is the encouragement actually of the card itself. If you look and research about the Four of Swords, it is air energy, and we do tend to dwell as Librans. But the whole outcome is that you have the chance to turn it around with the Four of Swords. And the advice is to start anew. So this is the past energy. Let's move on to current, because we have a lot to talk about in the channeled messages. We have the Queen of Cups. This is current. We have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. You could have an Aries influence around you, or you could have Aries highly aspected within your chart. And we also have the Page of Swords. Let's start our way back to front. The Page of Swords encourages you to use the knowledge that you've attained and also be spriteful in the way that you express that, Libra. I think Librans are the only ones that really can do this very well because there's an audience to listen. Okay, you could also feel right now that your knowledge is actually comfort to somebody. Somebody is comforted by what you know. And also with you sharing that, you're also helping them heal. So there's a lot of giving back here, a lot of self-generosity that you are giving to the collective. And that's very important because you might not feel like you're being a help, but you are at the end of the day. They might let you know in small advances, or they might even tell you. We also have the Queen of Cups. You yourself are in your emotions right now. The next steps could be hazy. You could actually foresee it, but you're unsure as to how to step. The step is the question. So Libra, you must ask yourself today, what are the values that are important to you? What morals do you still stand by that make you feel like a person of not only a valuable person, but what makes you feel like your values hold truth to you, okay? Big question that you can ask yourself for June. It will help a lot, especially the Emperor too. You're taking sort of a boss-like approach to things right now. I think this is refreshing maybe to somebody who might know you, Libra. Or there might be even more confidence in the way you speak or you talk about your story or you share. This confidence is going to be very, very crucial. As you see, the advice that we end off on is this confidence is going to be a major part of why your life changes, okay? And also, because it's changing and it's rapidly taking a new direction, your confidence is almost going to be the thing that steps out, and then your values and thoughts follow right behind it, which is going to be extremely sexy and very, very attractive in July and August. Because I think however you behave in June and how you conduct yourself is going to be a huge marker of how successful you'll be in the coming months as a person. The last advice here are these three cards in June. We have the Four of Wands, we have the Three of Wands, which is a lot of fire, and we also have the Seven of Swords in the middle. So as you are taking Emperor energies right now and your actions are more towards taking care of yourself and what's great inside your heart, there's going to be proof of this movement in the very, very end of June. There's going to be gatherings and ways that you can actually pop out more. This card, the Three of Wands, although it's adventure seeking and it's waiting for things to come, the Three of Wands also invites new people. This is something about the card that's not really discussed. This is bringing people to you, and they are also much like yourself. They believe in the same morals and values as you. And at the end of the day, don't you want people around you like that who can surround themselves and lift you up? You'll also see that the word or phrase uplifting is going to be something in June for you. You're going to feel that the support is real now, okay? The Seven of Swords might be somebody who's still in your energy. There is a person right now getting in on Libran energy, which is very, very tiptoeing on negative. I think this person still feels like you hold a candle to them. I think that they might even be watching you so they can join in on your adventure. But where you're going in June is very sacred, and it's meant only for you, Libra. You've done the work, you've done the healing, and I think this message needs to get out to somebody today that the work and the healing is going somewhere positive. And I think too, with it being social for you this summer and you gaining new friends and a tribe that cares about you, you'll also feel, yes, the Four of Wands shows up as celebration, as events, as you taking part in these events and being completely accepted. This might even be spawned by you. You might be the person that's actually seeking your new tribe right now and seeking new people. it might not be anymore that you're invited. It might be that you're throwing yourself into the situation in June with that confidence that you have. So again, we have big change with the transition aqua card here. The transportation showing that you're moving in some way. There's actions to be new, be different, and you're actually doing that now. You're putting yourself in situations that allow you to be seen. And that's so huge for a Libra, because Libras step out of their whole cage when they do that. Okay? Also, remember, your angels and your guides are co-conspirating to work with you on your dreams and goals, no matter how small they are, Libra. They could just be as little as starting a spiritual Etsy shop, or it could be something that you can gain passive income at home, or you're learning how to trade crypto, or you're learning how to do the market. So these could be really small advances for you to also be abundant, make money, be proud of yourself, and also have a tribe that supports that. Again, with the King of Swords, I want you to remember that you are loved dearly, and you are to show your integrity in the month of... The channeled messages are liberation that will start beginning in June. You'll also have an olive branch extended to you from somebody, or someone right now is thinking of extending an olive branch. You could also be a comfort to someone in June and not really know it. You might just suddenly feel like you are somebody's comfort. Also, I wrote here something about the olive branch. You might want to look that up, or just read the definition of what it means to extend that or fully do that. So you could be a support in many different ways, in different facets of your life. That's all I have for you today, Libra. It's definitely June's reading, but it is solid, and it has many, many messages there for you to decode and also think about tonight. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm just waiting for my wet hair to dry. I will post a little bit more tomorrow, and I have a lot of surprises this week. So for June, I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you guys soon.